The government took its public outreach program to the community of Port Kaituma in the Matakai Subdistrict Region 1, bringing service directly to the people. The program got underway this morning with President David Granger commissioning a new ambulance to service the Matakai Subdistrict. At the commissioning ceremony at the community ground, President David Granger spoke of the importance of having a healthy nation.
Public health is very important to all of us. And let me say this, that we will continue to develop the public health services in this region, this vast region. We have to have a public health plan which ensures that our citizens are safe from communicable diseases like those I mentioned, and also safe from non-communicable diseases.
Minister of Public Health Valdo Lawrence said that the initiative is part of the government's effort to bridge the gap between the hinterland and the coastland.
Access to good health in Georgetown, there must be access to good health in Port Kaituma and in every part of our country.
The ambulance was donated by International Imports and Supply Limited as part of their corporate social responsibilities. It will serve areas including 4 Miles, Orinoco and Pittsburgh around the Port Kaituma area. I now hand you over to Shaquille Bourne, who spoke with some of the residents about this new addition to their community.
With the introduction of this new ambulance to Port Kaituma, many residents anticipated coming into operation. We spoke with Clarence Rodriguez, a 57-year-old diabetic who has had 2 of his limbs amputated. He told us about the difficulties he has experienced with accessing a hospital as he welcomes this new development.
Well, I'm glad for the ambulance service because I could just call the hospital and they would come for me. Or they might send a nurse or somebody to check me.
Clarence shares his thoughts with us on receiving a new wheelchair after lobbying to the Ministry of Public Health because his current wheelchair was damaged.
Well, I feel so happy about it because right now I got money to buy nothing, so I'm thankful for it. Thankful for the government. We bring them today and they long to see here a long while. So I'm thankful for whatever they give to me.
We also spoke with some other residents about this new addition to their community.
It's a blessing, and I feel good that we get an ambulance, you know? Because when anyone gets sick, we could call the ambulance and they could come and collect us. We don't have to pay. It's a blessing.
It was very hard because it's expensive, because you got to take care from cars and things. So it was hard for some poor people, you know. Free access to go to the hospital because the hospital is far from the community, some of the people them. You see, because it's a big community and people living far, so the ambulance coming in good.
We visited the Ministry of Communities booth where GWI is stationed, and we heard from a resident who's from Arakaka. She tells us about the water shortage issues in our community and how it's now being resolved.
You see, I'm 54, and I have to be fetching water from long distances. Many times we don't get water, sometimes for months, and there is a well there. We need the GWI to have a generator and be independent, have somebody there to operate the GWI well. Mr. Jailal told me that within a week they'll be coming to Arakaka. I'm very happy because Guyana is a land of many waters. So at 54 I shouldn't be fetching water from distance, or for months I'm not getting portable water.
The Water Utilities Executive Director for Hinterland Services provided us with an overview of this matter and how it's been addressed, along with similar matters in Port Kaituma.
GWI has a well in Arakaka. Over the years, because the community has grown, now the demand for water has also grown. So that well is not capable of serving the entire community. So what we have is the well serving the schools, the hospital, and some residents, including the police outposts. We were fortunate to partner with Stratagol, and they drill a well for us. And so now GWI is moving ahead with plans. We are going to develop that well, and so we have more production in the community, the way we can serve the entire community. We are working to bring more improvement. We have more wells to drill in Kaituma itself, and so later in the year, we will come back. We are in the process of buying a new drilling rig. So when that rig comes in, we will come back to Port Kaituma, drill new wells. We also have a well in Ornock, but that well also cannot deliver water to the entire community at the same time. So we are supplying the community on a sectional basis. So we need new wells in Port Kaituma, we need in Ornock, and those are going to be done shortly. Now, 1 mile, 2 mile extension, we have a contractor that is drilling in Mabaruma. When they finish in Mabaruma, they're coming over to Port Kaituma. There are residents from 1 mile going all the way to 4 mile that do not have access to potable water with the exception of rainfall. And so we're going to drill a well within the 1 mile, 2 mile area. And that well, after it's completed, we're going to run the mains so that the residents can have access within that stretch for the first time.
Over at the Ministry of Public Security's booth, 5 communities that come under the Port Kaituma Community Policing Group are now the beneficiaries of a brand new ATV and a boat engine.
On behalf of the National Community Policing of Guyana, the government of Guyana, and the Minister of Public Security, Kemrat Ramjitan, we're handing over this brand new ATV and this 75 horsepower engine to the Port Kaituma CPG groups for the use of these equipment in the groups, again to help secure the Port Kaituma and its environs. And we hope that you guys see it as an investment from the government and that you would care them. This is another tangible way in which the government is investing in community policing groups countrywide, and we have a very special interest in the Port Kaituma area and its community policing groups.
Well, on behalf of the CPG, we really want to thank the government for this great support that we have in here today. We just want to say thanks, and I hope that we continue working as a team, and we'll do our best to bring peace and protection to the old and the young in Port Kaituma.
We caught up with a few residents to get their thoughts on the outreach.
I went to make 2 applications there. I thank God for that. I know that they will see after me and see that I get me 2 board people that are applying for it, right?
I think this outreach was very good for us in Port Kaituma Region 1 because at least we lodged all our complaints that we had. I had a land issue and they dealt with it. They tell me they're going to call me.
Please me hard to come and I get my birth certificate fast. I get through fast, and in 2 weeks' time I can get my birth certificate, and I feel glad about it, and at least I could get a vote this time.
There are certain things certain complaints that I was lodged and dealt with, and some of the things are still in process, so I'm getting through quite well for the time.
Thank you, Shaquille. The Department of Citizenship was the highlight of today's outreach. Minister of Citizenship Winston Felix, in an invited comment, told InfoHub that his department has been working tirelessly to meet the needs of the people across the country.
Well, we have been taking services, government services, in the form of the passport services, the birth certificate, and citizenship issues. We have been doing so quite some time now. We dealt principally with citizenship and birth certificates. We brought from Georgetown over 200 birth certificates. We distributed over 50 in that exercise we had there. And the others will be distributed to the community as the days go by.
Many of the residents said the government outreach provided an opportunity for them to have their documents without having to travel to the capital city.
Yes, well, I feel real happy over that because I know it's a lot of expense. It would cost me a lot of money. Yeah? So I don't want,
I don't want to get down to Georgetown. It cost me a lot of money, and I could get it right here. So that's why I paid the visit here today.
Yeah, I feel really good. For no, you don't have to travel no far, and it's nice to know. Look after my body.
At the end of the day, the government ministers expressed their satisfaction with today's outcome.
I think today has been an excellent day in Port Kaituma. I think that the people of Port Kaituma and its environs had genuine concerns, and we have been able to address most of them.
This is an exercise that the residents were anticipating to have for a very long time. And ever since I've been assigned manager for this sub-region, I've been encouraging them to have patience, and that the government, their turn is going to come when the government will have their outreach. And today it became a reality.
I am very, very happy that I personally have this opportunity to come and to give service to our people. Some people have come 8 miles, 12 miles, 14 miles just to be here to meet with the ministers and their staff to address issues, burning issues, which they have had for several years.
You have been watching InfoHub special report on the Port Kaituma outreach. I'm Manara Khan. Thanks for watching.